and welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you've seen my previous videos or a current subscriber. My name's Adriana, I'm a personal trainer, and here on my YouTube channel I talk about PCOS. I show some of my favorite meals I like to cook, and I do at-home/gym workouts. And today we're going to be talking about the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle and how it goes along with working out. So not really about PCOS today, but it could be relevant information on how you decide to program your training, or will give you more knowledge on why you feel fatigued on some days and more energetic on others. So this may come as a shock to some of you, but there is a science on how to train according to your menstrual cycle, and we're going to get into that today. So the average menstrual cycle lasts anywhere from 28 to 30 days, so 28, 29, 30 days. And it has 4 main phases. It has the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, and the luteal phase. So if you have a period, you most likely have experienced some negative side effects during it, such as cramps, fatigue, back pain, headaches, just to name a few. So these are known as PMS. And the time frame can vary from person to person, along with birth control and if you have any medical conditions. So these things can affect your menstrual cycle. Yes, your whole menstrual cycle. So I want to preface this video by saying that there is no medical reason that I'm aware of that you cannot work out during your period, your menstrual cycle. In fact, it may be actually beneficial to do so, especially when you have experiencing PMS. So what I'm going to go over is some of the hormonal changes that happen during each phase of the month and how you can adjust your exercise to it. So in order the phases go, the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, and the luteal phase. So let's go into the first phase. The first phase is going to be menstruation. This is when your hormone levels are at their lowest. It's usually during this phase that your energy levels are also at their lowest. You may feel tired, fatigued, and unmotivated. You may also experience those PMS symptoms around this time. You may want to take more rest days during this time. Slower pace and lower intensity workouts may be better options. So think of like yoga, walking, hiking, Pilates, using lighter weights when you're lifting or decreasing the intensity of your lifts. But if you have the energy for a more intense workout, go ahead and go for it. The next phase is going to go into is the follicular phase. So this is actually concurrent with the menstrual phase. It begins on the first day of your period and continues on to the beginning of the ovulation phase. It's typically days 1 to 11 of your menstrual cycle. During this phase, your body creates a hormone called follicle stimulation hormone. In short is FSH, which tells your ovaries to create eggs for its ovulation phase. Your testosterone and estrogen levels start to increase during this phase, and you will start feeling a boost of energy. This is where you can increase the intensity of your workouts. This includes things such as HIIT, fast-paced exercise, more higher intense exercises, heavier lifting. So this is where you would start picking back up and start feeling those high energy levels coming back during the month. We're going to go into now the ovulation phase. This usually lasts 3 to 5 days between days 12 and 17 of your cycle. This is when the egg is released into the ovary, from the ovary into the fallopian tube. So estrogen and testosterone levels rise to peak levels during this time, signaling the brain to create an increase in the luteinizing hormone, LH for short. So energy levels are at their highest during this time. So continue doing intense exercise or increasing your intense exercise. This is definitely when I recommend doing like 1 rep maxes if you're going into like power phase of hypertrophy, or figuring out where your 1 rep max is, or doing more progressive overload during this time. So you can continue doing the intense exercises and workouts and activities during this time. And the final phase we're going to get into is called the luteal phase. So this lasts about 14 days between days 18 and 30 of your cycle. You'll still have energy from the ovulation phase, but you'll soon start feeling those energy levels decreasing the closer you get back into your menstruation. This is because the estrogen and testosterone levels start to decrease as the progesterone levels start to increase. Towards the second part of the phase, you may start feeling more of the fatigue and may start feeling the symptoms of PMS early. So we mentioned earlier in this video, so like the cravings, bloating, headaches, moodiness, and so on. So during this time, when you start is when you're going to start tapering down the intensity of your workouts. So you'll continue your usual workouts in the beginning of this phase, but the moment you start feeling like the energy level starting to dip, that's when you start tapering back and lowering the intensity of your exercises. So this may be, and also increasing your recovery time. So this may mean starting to lift less heavy weights, shortening the duration of your workouts, shortening the intensity of your workouts, and so on, or adding in more recovery days. So say instead of lifting one day, you're doing an intense workout, swap it over for some yoga or for some Pilates. So, and then we go back into the beginning of our cycle, which is the menstruation phase, where you want to do your lightest lifts and most recovery during this time. So you could put all this into practice by syncing your workouts with your menstrual cycle. You could keep a record however you like, whether you want to use an app, paper, or pen. I personally like using the Notes app in my phone, where I like to keep track of all my exercises, the weight I use, and how many reps. This also helps me with progressive overload. It's super beneficial that way. I know when I start feeling fatigue, it's not me not doing enough. It's actually my body's like, hey, we're going on to this next phase, which is actually great to know, because some people are like, oh, is this gonna make my life hard? Why is this so complicated? No, this is actually great stuff to know, because now you can stop beating yourself up saying like, I'm not working hard enough, or I'm about to get my period, I need to keep going to the gym, I need to push through this intense workout, I need to do this, I need to do this. No, this is letting your body's letting you know it's like time to slow down. Take it a little easier. Don't beat yourself up. This is the intensity I could handle right now. It's okay if you can't hit your 1 rep max. It's okay you can't do your 2-mile jog or run, whatever it may be. It's okay if you're feeling tired and maybe you just need to do some light yoga or some light exercise and then focus on more recovery. This is why it's important to know it's not you not doing enough. It's your body telling you to kind of slow down. Plus, this will also help with your cortisol levels, so you're not pushing your body to the extreme limits. As we know from previous videos, cortisol levels can hinder you from your weight loss and your fitness goals. So this will be an overall, so understanding the phases gives you an overall understanding on how your body works and how to accommodate it in each phase of the menstrual cycle. So I hope that you found this information helpful, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It's a great way to show support for free to my channel, and so I can reach a greater audience. I help women just like yourself in understanding their bodies, how to work out, talking more about PCOS and foods that I like to cook. And I'm hoping to start soon some vlogs during the week, so you have more of an inside look of how my life is and how my PCOS friendly lifestyle actually is as well. I'd like to say thank you, and I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear it, and I'll see you in the next one.